The crystalline dome of Arena Sigma 7 hummed with the electromagnetic discharge of 10,000 species watching through neural feeds. Maya stood in the observation deck, her chitinous fingers tapping against the transparent aluminum as she watched the latest acquisition being processed below. "Another human," she muttered, her translator converting her native Zitharan clicks into standard galactic. "The arena master has lost his mind." Her colleague, a gelatinous quelb named Thorax 9, rippled with what passed for amusement among his kind. "Lost it? He's making history. Humans have the worst survival rate of any species we've documented, averaging 4.2 minutes in round 1. Maya had seen the statistics. In the 3 cycles since humanity had been discovered on that backwater planet they called Earth, 47 humans had entered various combat arenas across the galactic entertainment network. 47 had died, most in the first round. The longest survivor had made it to round 3 before a Krajith battle drone had vaporized him. This one looked particularly unpromising. William Chen, the nameplate in his holding cell identified him, sat on the photon bench with his eyes closed, appearing to be asleep. He was average height for a human, maybe 1.8 meters, with dark hair and unremarkable features. His physical assessment scores were mediocre: 67th percentile strength for humans, 71st percentile endurance, 82nd percentile reaction time. Nothing exceptional. "He doesn't even look scared," Maya observed. "Humans often don't understand what's happening until it's too late," Thorax 9 explained, his mass undulating. "Their neural processing is remarkably slow compared to most sentients. By the time fear response activates, they're already dead." The arena master's voice boomed across the facility, amplified through quantum resonators. Zyxrath was a Chromatin, 3 meters of scaled muscle and predatory intelligence, with a track record of producing the most profitable arena content in the sector. "Beings of the galaxy, today we present something special. A human, yes, you heard correctly, a human volunteering for the championship gauntlet." The crowd's response was a cacophony of screeches, roars, and electromagnetic pulses that translated to collective disbelief and amusement. Maya felt her secondary heart skip. Championship gauntlet, that's 20 rounds. He won't survive 5 minutes. The holding cell's force field dissolved. William opened his eyes, stood, stretched his arms overhead, and yawned. Actually yawned. He walked into the arena floor. Round 1 deployed instantly. 3 krill hunters, insected killing machines with diamond-edged mandibles and neurotoxin injectors. They moved at 47 meters per second. Sensors predicted William's survival time at 11.3 seconds. William sidestepped the first krill's lunge with minimal movement, grabbed its primary attack limb, and used its momentum to slam it into the second krill. The arena's weapons cache materialized, standard protocol, and William picked up a plasma lance without looking at the other options. The third krill died in 2.1 seconds, cauterized cleanly through its central ganglion. The other 2 followed in quick succession. Elapsed time, 18 seconds. Maya's translator couldn't keep up with Thorax 9's excited burbling. "Luck," Zyxrath announced, though his confident tone had wavered slightly. "Round 2 will correct this anomaly." Round 2, gravimetric shifting arena with 6 Yandari shadow stalkers, creatures that could phase partially out of normal space-time. These had killed 3 galactic champions. William planted the plasma lance in the ground, closed his eyes, and stood perfectly still. The Yandari materialized around him, their phase blades slicing through where he should have been, except he wasn't there anymore. He dropped flat, rolled, grabbed the lance, and fired 6 times in 3.7 seconds. 6 corpses materialized fully as their phase coherence failed. The crowd's amusement had shifted to curiosity. By round 5, Maya was pulling up William's file, digging deeper than the surface biometrics. There had to be something. She found it buried in the acquisition notes. William had been a martial arts instructor on Earth. The translation algorithm had flagged it as equivalent to recreational combat trainer, essentially meaningless in galactic terms where real combat was mechanized or biological augmented. But there was a note marked low priority. Subject claimed 47 years of training in various disciplines. Acquisition team dismissed as human timescale confusion. Maya did the conversion, 47 Earth years. Their years were slightly shorter than standard, but still, this human had spent nearly half his lifespan studying combat. Thorax 9, pull up the detailed movement analysis. The Quelb complied, projecting the holographic data. Maya's training as a xenokinesiologist let her parse what she was seeing. William's movements weren't fast by galactic standards. He was actually slightly below average in pure speed compared to successful arena fighters. But he never made unnecessary movements. Every action served multiple purposes. When he dodged, he was simultaneously positioning for a counterattack and identifying his next target. His energy expenditure was 73% lower than typical arena survivors at this stage. Round 10 featured a mech-class opponent, a 4-meter combat drone with predictive AI and plasma cannons. William picked up a discarded piece of krill carapace from round 1. The arena never cleaned between rounds, and used it to reflect the drone's targeting laser. The AI's predictive algorithm hadn't been trained on improvised mirror tactics. While it recalibrated, William had climbed its chassis and torn out its central processor with his bare hands. The crowd was no longer laughing. By round 14, betting markets had crashed. The odds on William's death, originally 1,000,000 that he'd survive past round 3, had inverted. Traders were panicking. Zyxrath's voice had lost all its showmanship. Deploy Protocol Omega for round 15. Maya's tertiary heart stopped. He's insane. Protocol Omega has a 94% fatality rate for champions. Protocol Omega was simple, everything at once. The arena deployed every remaining hazard simultaneously: gravity wells, plasma storms, neurotoxin clouds, and 12 elite opponents of mixed species. William assessed the situation for exactly 2.3 seconds, then moved. What Maya witnessed defied her understanding of human capability. William used the gravity wells to slingshot himself across the arena. He triggered plasma storms to eliminate 4 opponents before they could fully materialize. He held his breath for 4.7 minutes, impossibly long for a human, while navigating through neurotoxin clouds to reach high ground. The remaining 8 opponents died in 127 seconds. Round 18 began with Zyxrath's desperate voice, deploying Arena Master's Reserve. The reserve was Zyxrath's personal combat champion, a genetically enhanced Draugr berserker that had never lost a match. It entered the arena with a roar that shattered 3 observation panels. William picked up a simple metal rod from the weapon's cache. The berserker charged, its reinforced skull capable of punching through starship hull plating. William sidestepped, barely, let the berserker crash into the arena wall, then struck precisely at the base of its skull where Draugr anatomy had a singular neural junction. The metal rod, driven with perfect angle and force, severed the connection between brain and body. The berserker collapsed. William walked back to the arena center, sat down cross-legged and yawned again. Actually yawned. The crowd was silent. 10,000 species, millions of viewers across the galaxy, utterly silent. Maya realized she'd been holding her breath. Zyxrath's voice came over the intercom, no longer amplified or theatrical. Human, William Chen, how? William looked up at the observation deck, somehow knowing exactly where the arena master was positioned. When he spoke, his translator carried the words clearly. You expected me to die because humans seem weak. You measured our strength, our speed, our reflexes, all inferior to galactic standards. He stood slowly. But you never measured how long we've been killing each other. Earth has been a death world for its entire history. Every species there evolved to survive against everything else. And humans, we didn't just survive, we dominated. He walked toward the exit, then paused. 47 years I've studied how to fight, not against machines or augmented beings, but against other humans, the most creatively violent species we knew. You gave me 12 rounds of new problems to solve. Thank you. I haven't been this engaged in years. As William disappeared into the exit tunnel, Maya pulled up Earth's file, the sections that had been marked irrelevant for arena purposes. Continuous warfare for recorded history, over 14,000 documented wars, weapons development as primary technological driver, martial arts traditions spanning millennia, each refined through countless generations of mortal combat. Thorax 9 rippled beside her. The acquisition team, they classified humans as non-threatening. Maya watched the arena screens showing replays of William's fights, already being broadcast across the galaxy. They measured the wrong things. We all did. In his private chamber, Zyxrath stared at the contract William had signed. The standard arena contract. Survive 20 rounds, win freedom and 10 million credits. He had 2 rounds left, and Zyxrath had nothing left to throw at him. For the first time in his career, the arena master realized he was going to lose.